Yeah, it was I suppose a matter for the board and Ian, and very disappointed that Ian has left. In all my dealings with Ian, he's a man of high integrity, good person, fantastic family, and disappointing for he and his family. But the issue is for the board, and I'm here to coach the club and really what the board do, and I fully support the board's decision.
There's been a lot of suggestions that if he goes for not knowing and being that overseeing role, that someone like yourself and other football department people who are a lot closer to what went on should bear even more responsibility. What do you say to that?
Yeah, well, I'm here to talk really about the Dreamtime game, but on that issue, the board had the Sukowski report come out. There's actions from the Sukowski report that are going on at the moment. The investigation with WADA is currently undergoing, and speaking about the issues to come out of WADA would be inappropriate. We've given an undertaking we won't do that till after the ASADA report comes out, and I won't be talking about the ASADA report. I'll be talking about the game on tonight.
James, do you feel like your position is under any more pressure because of what happened with Ian yesterday?
I'll answer that question purely to say that I'm the coach of the Essendon Football Club. I love coaching the club. I intend to coach them for a long time and coach them for the supporters, the players, and everyone involved. And we've got a very important game tomorrow night, and let's move on to the game and talk about what's going to be 90,000 people in between Essendon and Richmond, who are obviously fierce rivals and both trying to get somewhere.
Just one more. I know you've said you're pretty steadfast in keeping your position when it's been questioned in the past, but have you ever considered your position, even recently?
I consider my position as the coach of the Essendon Football Club. I love doing it. I love coaching these players. And I love working with the people I work with, the coaches, my colleagues, the supporters, and I intend to keep coaching.
James, just on the players, that a few have said over the last week that they've been pretty tough, the ASADA interviews. Have you noticed any change with them after those interviews? Have some been a bit flat? Is there any change in the players' demeanour the last couple of weeks since they've begun?
Look, we can't deny it's been a distraction because it has been. This is not a normal routine in your weekly routine for football, but the majority of those interviews are now done. The players have now got through that part of the process. ASADA will go away and contemplate their report. But for us now, it's about playing football, and I keep talking about that we've got an amazing game to play tomorrow night, Dreamtime at the G, against an opposition who is of the highest quality. So we're looking forward to that.
It has been an extraordinary week for the football club, James. The other issue that I guess you've had to face is Nathan Lovett-Murray and what's happened to him. As a coach and as a leader of this football club, what happens when you wake up in the morning and get news like that, and how does that affect the course of a week? Because that's kind of unprecedented, really. It's
never good to get a phone call at midnight from one of your players, and not that you favour any player over another, but Nathan is a very special person for this club, and where he's come from, what he's done for the club, the way he's enhanced relations between Indigenous people and the rest of Australia, what he does for young people is incredible, and I think that story should be told more. So when you do wake up or you get a phone call early in the morning about one of your players you really care for, it's concerning, but very thankfully he's fine. He'll be back training in a week or so and have no ongoing issues. So it was scary at the time, but thankfully nothing serious eventuated from it.
How are the players emotionally over that, James? Have they required any counselling this week over that?
No, they've been pretty good.
Just on the Dreamtime game, James, sort of how much of a feature have you made of the Indigenous aspect in the lead up this week?
The club's made a big feature of it. It's been we're really about the playing the game and how we win the game, but certainly we have huge respect for the game and what it means to everyone in Australia, particularly the Indigenous community, but also everyone who believes in equality of people. So it's been a focus, but the real focus is how we play the game properly and get back to our winning ways, which we haven't had for a couple of weeks.
And two important inclusions in Dempsey and Jedeford?
Definitely. Look, Courtney had his issues last week, and there's a club-imposed sanction. The reason he didn't play, but he's back out there. And Leroy Jett has been in terrific form in the reserves. We've been playing him more in the midfield, and he'll certainly get a chance to run through the midfield tomorrow.
Was there any thought with him coming back, the timing of it with the Indigenous round this week?
Not really. I think that we wanted to see some things in the reserves. Leroy's got incredible talent. When the ball's in his hands, something normally happens, but on the defensive side of his game, he needed to work on that, and he's shown he has.
James, we know you've fallen away at this time of the year the last couple of years. You've lost the last two. Are you fearful you're going down that track again, or are you confident that's not going to happen this time?
We're confident that's not going to happen. We've certainly put a lot of work into the players pre-season wise. We've got a very good injury list. The last couple of years we've had significant injuries this time of year, even though we've been winning, whereas right now I think we've got Alwyn Davey, which is our only legitimate football injury, as to why someone can't play.
You mentioned last week that you played flat after you trained flat. How's it been this week?
Training's been terrific. Tuesday was a good session, Thursday was a good session. The guys have been doing a lot of work in the weights room, so yeah, we're confident that we'll come out and give a good performance tomorrow night.
Just in regards to Michael Hurley, he definite for tomorrow night, is it? No,
Absolute certainty to play tomorrow night. He was tested on Monday or Tuesday with the concussion test, and the doctor's very happy that he's ready to go.
James, have you met Ray Gunston yet, and how closely might you be working with him?
I'm not sure how closely I'll be working with Ray. I know Ray from previous dealings outside of football, but in terms of having met him so far, I haven't met him yet, no.
What do you think of the selection as interim CEO?
I think Ray's a fantastic person and do a great job. I think that it's something the club has obviously spent a bit of time thinking about, but the staff haven't met him yet. I'm not sure he's even here yet, so we'll wait until he gets here before we make too many comments.
Does he have a tough task ahead of him?
I'm not sure. I'll probably better to ask him. Yeah.
Just on the selection, James, Scott Gumbleton, you said sort of last week he was resting. I mean, how sort of, I guess, difficult was that sort of selection aspect?
That was very difficult. When you've got Paddy Ryder, Michael Hurley, and Scott Gumbleton, you're choosing between and Tom Bell-Chambers, so you're choosing 3 out of the 4. It's a very difficult position to be in. They're all very good players. They've all been in some good form. And unfortunately for Scott, this week he'll play in the VFL, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be like that. We expect a good performance from him, as we do the guys that are playing tomorrow night. Thanks, guys.